Uh, well, Dr. Jacqueline Reed Thomas, so glad that you came by to visit again. I always enjoy our chat so very, very much. Unfortunately, I have some grave and important news, and obviously it confirms one of your theories and warnings, which I certainly should have heeded in one of those papers that you and your husband wrote. You talk about fractures in time and how the possibility of so many people traveling back and forth through time could create these fractures in time, and you go on to explain how this opens up and creates even more parallel universes. And then one of the things which you posit is that a doorway to one of these alternate universes could also occur from these fractures. Well, I'm afraid, Dr. Jacqueline Reed Thomas, this has in fact happened. In fact, Timothy Lawrence has in fact left our universe and traveled into a parallel reality. And although I'm able to see and monitor much of this here on the monitor, obviously I'm powerless to retrieve him. Even within our own universe, the appearance of the time-energy flux field, as you know, is somewhat sporadic, although it does occur generally in the same geographical location with a certain regularity. There's still a certain unpredictable element about it. In this new parallel universe, I have absolutely no idea when and where it will reappear. Timothy may very well be trapped permanently in this parallel universe. If you have any advice or suggestion, Dr. Reed Summer, I certainly would appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Derrickson, I understand completely. But you do realize, of course, this has some other somewhat disturbing, perhaps even frightening implications. If Timothy Lawrence's son was able to travel into a parallel universe, then anyone else entering the energy-time flux field might also do so accidentally. What if the Murgatroyd serial killer or your new creation, Flashy 2, were to cross over into this parallel universe? They might well wreak havoc on the unsuspecting populace of that other universe just as they have in our own universe. We must figure out a way to close the doorway to the alternate universe. We simply must, Dr. Derrickson. We simply must.
Welcome to the Center for Human Behavior Expansion with the director Dr. Hubert Slokowski. And here comes Dr. Slokowski now to address you this evening.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's Dr. Hubert Slokowski here tonight. Y'all aren't going to like what I have to say to you tonight. It's great. I hope you don't like it. I hope it stirs something up inside of you that, quite frankly, I think is dead. Look at yourselves, all of you. You've become a bunch of ineffectual sheep. My own daughter Imogene out parading around in a beauty contest instead of writing books and being a news columnist. I mean, she was raised better than that to be a dadgum beauty queen. But will she listen to her own daddy? Of course not. None of y'all out there listen to me either. That's why you don't have any passion. Don't have any emotion. You're just a bunch of dull, listless sheep. If anything really bad was to come along, you wouldn't be able to handle it. Well, there hadn't been a war in over 100 years. Y'all have lost your passion for anything. picked up the Murgatroyd Times the other day. There hasn't even been a homicide here in the past 5 years. Now, on the surface, of course, that's a very good thing, but y'all have no emotion. You got nothing. You bunch of sheep, all of y'all. I'm telling you, deep within you, there's a beast, there's an animal, a passion, a fire down in your belly, a fire in your groin. The caveman from thousands of years ago still resides within you. There's still a beast within, but you've suppressed it and pushed it down and suppressed it and become so damn civilized you don't have an ounce of emotion, none of you. Sitting around on these little electronic devices all the time, playing these dadgum videos all the time, running down here to the Thrifties and getting one of them little thin, cheap, skinny burgers. There ain't nothing left. Y'all don't have any emotion. I'm trying to stir it up. If I can get you angry just for a minute, maybe you'll stop and think. Then if something really bad and fierce and menacing was to come along, you'd be able to get the fight back in you. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to get in touch with your deep inner beast within. Get in touch with your rage. Get in touch with your anger. Quit being just a meaningless sheep that can be manipulated by those that benefit from your manipulation. That's it, folks. I'm sure I got you nice and mad this morning. At least I hope I did. And this was Dr. Hubert Slokowski. Good night. Frank here to tell you about Thrifties. Mother Suki and I have been going to Thrifties for 40 years now. We like to save money on our budget, and we like to lose weight. And they're those little old bitty burgers that won't get you fat. They'll get you full, but they won't get you fat. So go to Thrifties today and order the single. It's a little bitty burger that'll get you where you're going. Remember, that's Thrifties.
Get a single today. And get single French fries and a single drink.
Welcome to YZRC's Happy Talk Radio. Call in your happy stories and listen to our guests tell their happy stories. Today's guest is Judy Quent, the wife of Senator Anderson
listeners
Quent.
Here. This is Judy Quent, the wife of Senator Anderson Quent. I gave up my position as CEO of Vankini Cosmetics to be the wife of this great senator, and boy, I am very, very happy. And I am also very happy for Flashy the paper doll in her new position as CEO of Vankini Cosmetics. My life as a senator's wife is very fulfilling and rewarding, and I meet so many interesting people and go so many interesting places. I am very, very happy. Call in, listeners, and share your happy stories too. Yes, yes, yes.
Suki and I have been going to Thrifties for 40 years now. We like to save money on our budget, and we like to lose weight. And they're those little old bitty burgers that won't get you fat. They'll get you full, but they won't get you fat. So go to Thrifties today and order the single. It's a little bitty burger that'll get you where you're going. Remember, that's Thrifties.
Get a single today. And get single French fries and a single drink.
Welcome to YZRC's Happy Talk Radio. Call in your happy stories and listen to our guests tell their happy stories. Today's guest is Judy Quant, the wife of Senator Anderson
listeners
Quant.
Here. This is Judy Quant, the wife of Senator Anderson Quant. I gave up my position as CEO of Vankini Cosmetics to be the wife of this great senator, and boy, I am very, very happy. And I am also very happy for Flashy the paper doll in her new position as CEO of Vankini Cosmetics. My life as a senator's wife is very fulfilling and rewarding, and I meet so many interesting people and go so many interesting places. I am very, very happy. Call in, listeners, and share your happy stories too. Yes, yes, yes.
In the Prime Universe. While skateboarder Timothy Lawrence's son struggles to adjust to a strange parallel universe in which he finds himself, the Murgatroyd serial killer has returned to Murgatroyd in the Prime Universe to resume his horrific rampage and to target Imogene Slokowski at her wedding. And an unsuspecting populace is unprepared and unaware of his presence because the evil and power-hungry Senator Devane has lied to the public and made them believe that the serial killer burned to death.
Murgatroyd, home sweet home. While I've been gone bouncing around through time the first few months, these poor deluded people think I'm dead. The newspaper headlines, the TV headlines have them thinking I burned to death in that Murgatroyd fire that I started. The Murgatroyd has been rebuilt, and my dear friend Imogene is going to get married. She's marrying that worthless talk show host Les Tomac. Both of them trashed my reputation on television. No, this is one wedding that's never going to take place. But since it's being televised, there will be quite a crowd there. Although I like the close and personal touch of a knife, I think this time I will have to change my modus operandi. Yes, I think this time the Murgatroyd serial killer is going to become a sniper, like Senator Quint's assassin. I'll get a high-powered rifle, and I will secret myself somewhere nearby within range of Imogene and Les, and I'll kill them both on nationwide television before the wedding even begins. Or perhaps, for dramatic effect, I'll let the wedding begin and then I'll fire my shots. Maximum audience for the spectacle. Yes, the Murgatroyd serial is back, and I do have a few days to kill before the wedding, however, and a few more victims to kill, and Murgatroyd hasn't had any killings for the past 6 months, so I suppose I should leave my calling card. A good victim or two near the CRZY studio would be great as a breakfast present for dear Imogene. So I suppose it's time that I go hunting again. Yes, it's time I go hunting again.
Discovered behind the headquarters of CRZY News this morning. The victim died from multiple stab wounds and was killed in exactly the same manner as the victims of the believed to be deceased Murgatroyd serial killer, who was declared dead by Senator Devane in his speech at the Bravery Award ceremony for skateboarder Timothy Lawrence's son, who claimed during the ceremony to have witnessed the burning death of the serial killer. This new victim is believed to be the work of a new copycat killer. The identity of this young lady is being withheld pending notification of next of kin.
This is the voicemail of Imogene Slokowski at CRZY. Please leave a message after the tone.
My dear Imogene, I'm sorry I failed you as a father. I have to come clean. I can't keep lying to you, Imogene. You're right. I was lying to you. I was never kidnapped by the Murgatroyd serial killer. Senator Devane was giving me injections, forcing me to say things to get him reelected. Now that he's been reelected, I'd be killed if I come clean with this. And Timothy Lawrence was never kidnapped by the serial killer either. Senator Devane's been manipulating him as well. And that whole story, Timothy walking across the stage accepting that award, claiming to have seen the serial killer burned to death. That never happened, my dear Imogene. That was another concoction of Senator Devane to lull the public into thinking that the serial killer was dead. So once again, he could be the hero and be reelected. You just know this, Imogene. Now I must leave Murgatroyd. I must go elsewhere. I must try to make a new life for myself. I must go into hiding, because Senator Devane will one day come after me, and I know that he will. So I'm sorry, Imogene, that this may be the last time you hear from your dear father. Goodbye, Imogene. Goodbye.
Oh my God, Les. My father just called me and admitted he wasn't kidnapped by the serial killer. I was right all along. I knew Dad was keeping something from me. He had also said the serial killer didn't burn to death. He said that Senator Devane forced Timmy Lawrence into lying about that. Oh my God, Les. That means that the Murgatroyd serial killer is still alive. That means this little girl left here behind the building today. Is that his way of telling
We
me that
can't let
he's
this
back?
stop us, Imogene. We have to be brave and overcome our fear. The wedding must go as planned. We have everything scheduled. We can't postpone this. Too many people are already preparing for it. We have to go ahead with the wedding in spite of this. Trust me, Imogene. I won't let the Murgatroyd serial killer get to you. I promise. Hang in there, Imogene, and do not be afraid. Hang in there.
Target practice is such sweet fun. I like the feel of this high-powered rifle. Now, what to do? Should I shoot the minister first, Dr. Slakowski, or should I kill Imogene first? Or should I just shoot less? As quickly as this thing will fire off rounds, I can get all three of them in just a few seconds. Then, should I start aiming at the wedding guests in the audience, or make my getaway? What to do? Decisions. Oh, well, I still have a little bit of time, a few days before the wedding. Oh, my goodness, this is going to be so much fun.
Devane's office announced this morning that he will be attending the wedding of talk show host Les Tomac and news columnist Imogene Slokowski in a few days, and that additional, tightened security will accompany the senator to this event. A crowd of invited guests, family, close friends will also be in attendance at the wedding ceremony. In other news today, Vinci stock again rose 2 more points with the news release of an enhanced face cream.
Well. Hello there, Les. I enjoyed being on your show. You recognize my voice. I'm sure this is Senator Devane. I'm sure you've already seen the press releases and are probably already beginning the announcement bulletins to go out from CRZY. As you know, it's already on the front page. My people here at the office have released that press release about me attending your wedding, and I'm looking forward to attending your wedding, Les, of you and Imogene. And, of course, that will give you additional security because in addition to the Secret Servicemen that will come anyway, because I'm a senator, I'll be bringing my own bodyguards, of course. So just consider it added tightened security for your wedding. I'm sure you and Imogene both have your crazed fans out there. I don't know how it is in the news business, but as a senator, we get all kind of crank threats here all the time. And, of course, always security is of the utmost priority. I think this wedding is going to be spectacular. I think Imogene's a very wonderful lady. The two of you have always been very, very fair with me and your press coverage. And again, I've very much enjoyed being a guest on your show, the Les Tomac Show. And I regret that Imogene's father, Dr. Hubert Sikowski, is leaving. I saw on the front page where he's out of town on some sudden business. I'm not going to ask you what that is, but I'm sure I don't want to pry. At any rate, I am looking forward to the wedding. So that's all I have to say, Les. Thank you.
Yes, Senator Devane, we will be honored to have you at our wedding. We both regret that Imogene's father, Dr. Slokowski, had to leave town on a sudden emergency trip, but the wedding will go exactly as planned. We are in the process of choosing a new minister now to officiate at the wedding. Again, thanks for your plans to come to our wedding, Senator Devane. We are very honored.
my dear husband-to-be, have you lost your mind? Les, you know after what my father told me, I can't stand Senator Devane, much less have him attend our wedding. Every bone in my body wants to expose Senator Devane for the liar that he is. But with my father gone and Timmy conveniently missing yet again, I have no proof, nothing to corroborate what my father said on the tape. And Senator Devane is so very, very powerful. Outstation would never air that recorded message from my dad out of fear that Senator Devane would come after the station. And not just with a lawsuit. He might have the FCC shut the station down. But I can't believe you actually invited this creep to attend our wedding.
That's just it, Imogene. I didn't invite Senator Devane. He invited himself. Released the press release all over the place, then called me and informed me that he was coming to our wedding. I don't like him any more than you. I'd like to see the bastard exposed myself, but we can't tip our hand. He doesn't know that we know anything. He doesn't even know why your father left town. We've got to play along for now. We can't tip our hand. Can't let him know that we're on to him. Let's just make it through the wedding. The additional security certainly can't hurt, especially now that this serial killer appears to be back. You know he threatened you before, left that body behind the station as his calling card. I'm sure that was intended to send a threat to you. We need the additional security at the wedding that Senator Devane will provide, and in due time, after all is said and done and everything is settled, then we can figure out a way to go after Senator Devane. For now, just hold on to that recording of your dad. One day we'll figure out a way to expose it. I hope you understand, Imogene. We'll get through this. We'll make it through this. Welcome to Opinion Radio, where you can call in with your opinions.
Welcome to our show today, this week's edition of Opinion Radio, with your host Julietta Sidestepper. Call in your opinion about anything, any idea, any subject. This is where you can voice your opinion. And we have a caller on the line now.
It's Frank here again. Thank you, Julia. It's good to be on your show again with my opinion and all. And I just want to talk about this new big old shindig wedding they're fixing to have on TV that Les Tomac and him, Jankowski, and all are getting married, and I seen where her daddy was going to officiate it, and then he ran off. The dad left town, and so now they've got to find another minister. Wonder why he left town. And notice he left town right before this new serial killer struck that they want to have us believe it's some kind of a copycat. I don't believe for a minute it's a copycat. I don't think the first serial killer burned to death. I think that whole thing was just a lie. And old Senator Devane put that bullet up to saying he said he burned to death. I don't believe he did. And I told you that before when I called in. I didn't believe he did. Notice how conveniently Timmy's gone missing again, too. They don't know where he's at. Ain't nobody seen him, and he just disappeared, too. Right along the same time this new serial killer left the body behind the CRZY news station there. I thought it was a funny thing where he left the body right there where Imogene and Les work. And now Senator Devane's going to show up at their wedding. Do you see that? And now it's all over the paper and news and everything. He's using their wedding as another political thing. It's just another case of him grandstanding again. He just sees this as an political opportunity. He's an opportunist. Now, I understand that I hated to see Senator Quinton shot, and Aunt Suki and I, we supported Senator Quinton and all. I mean, he's a skirt chaser and womanizer. Everybody knows he was a woman chaser and all that, but they didn't have to go and shoot the sorry bastard. But this Senator Devane, he's a snake in the grass. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. But now he's going to go crossing the stage again, making a big to-do at the wedding. But anyhow, that's all I got to say. I hope they have a good wedding, and let us come back and Imogene and all, and we'll watch it on TV. Suki and I will, and all that, and everything. That's all I got to say. Ike. So the illustrious Senator Devane is going to be attending your wedding ceremony, Imogene. I saw where your dear old dad has flown the coop. Disappeared, as they say, the same way I do so very often. Well, this ups the ante considerably, seeing as how your wedding's going to be nationally televised. I enjoy being a serial killer so very, very much, but geez, stepping up to the plate to become a political assassin? Yes. I think now the dear Senator Devane will be my first target. Then I'll take care of whatever minister replaces your dear old daddy. And then, of course, it's going to be you, or less, or you. Let's see, should I just roll some dice or flip a coin to decide which one to shoot first? Then I have to decide whether to start shooting into the wedding crowd. Are those lame Secret Service men? I'll be positioned at such a distance. All of the bodyguards Senator Devane brings to your wedding won't be able to stop me, Imogene. Oh, this will be big news. And I already have my escape planned. I've already got a path marked out from your wedding site to the place in the woods where the energy-filled, time flux energy-filled, so that I can jump right back into time and escape into another time period. Oh, yes. This is going to be a dark, dark day in the rebuilt Murgatroyd. I burned it down once. Now it's just simply time to take out some of the movers and shakers, yes. Let's become front page news again, going after some of the big shots of Murgatroyd. I wonder if my dear mother, Judy Vincini, will show up at the wedding. Ah, well. Whether or not dear Mom arrives, I've got plenty of targets. Oh, it's going to be quite a wedding blast, Imogene. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
And I'm enjoying this rifle immensely. And wrong-handed issues as well.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you have come here to my office. Yes. I must greet him. He must be taken care of. He's back now. He attacked my daughter. Months ago, she survived. He back on killing spree. Yet again, I cannot tolerate this. He should not have touched my beautiful daughter. You must take out him. You must get rid of him. As you know, I am Fudiki Hiramoto, and my word is a word of honor. I know you're the best in the business. I know that you will go after him and take care of him. This is why I summoned you here. Eliminate this Murgatroyd serial killer. He must be destroyed. None of it can trace back to me, ever. You will be paid handsomely. 500 grand. That is how much I pay you. Thank you for your services. Contact me from an untraceable cell phone, and you will be paid the other half of the money at that time. Now, I trust you to get rid of this evil character. For the beauty and honor of my lovely daughter has been offended. He will not attack any more women. You must destroy him, eliminate him. I have heard you are the best. Thank you very much.
Universe. Having become aware of the existence of at least one alternate universe and the dangers of evil persons from our own reality potentially crossing over into it, Dr. Jacqueline Ribzommer and Dr. Derrickson have calculated a way to close the doorway to the alternate universe and are on the verge of doing.
Dr. Derrickson, are you certain that your calculations will close the entryway between universes? And won't Timothy Lawrenson from our universe be trapped over there in the alternate universe? Are you certain this is the right thing to do, Dr.
Yes,
Derrickson?
Jacqueline. Yes, Dr. Ribzommer. I'm certain of my calculations. I'm as concerned as you are about Timothy Lawrenson. I don't want Timothy to be stuck over there in the other universe either. I want him to be back in our universe. That's one of the reasons I've been holding back and waiting on this. But I assure you, my calculations are correct. And we must close the doorway to the alternate universe. We can't risk Flashy 2, the duplicate, or the Murgatroyd serial killer crossing over and spreading their destruction over into an innocent universe. We can't risk that. We can't have that blood on our hands. I know ethically you understand this as a scientist just like I. I do want Timmy to make it back, and I hope that he does. But the hour is growing near when we have very little time to do this. We absolutely must close the door to the other universe. I'm sure that you understand, Jacqueline. I'm sure that you understand.
This other universe is cool and all, and it's neat that my mom is the mayor and stuff, but I really got to get back to my own universe. I have to get back to the energy time flux field and hope and pray I can get back home. I mean, like, for real. If I'm going to be stuck in Murgatroyd, it might as well be my own Murgatroyd, not this parallel universe Murgatroyd.
recorded live.
Well, this is the Les Tomac Show, but Les, we're at a very special edition. This is Robinson Kilroy here in Dead Center Park, and we are at the wedding of our Les Tomac and Imogene Sarkowski are about to get married right here on live television, right here in Murgatroyd, right here in Dead Center Park. And here is the officiant.
Dear family and guests, dear great and small of Murgatroyd, we are gathered here today to join in matrimony these two wonderful individuals, Imogene Sarkowski and Les Tomac. By the power vested in me by the universal consciousness, I will hereby join these two in a united harmony of marital bliss. Groom, would you take the bride's hand and place a ring upon it? Bride, would you exchange vows with the groom? In this sacred moment, I hereby declare the two of you husband and wife unto all eternity.
RZY Breaking News Bulletin. Total chaos broke out moments ago at a live televised wedding of Les Tomac and Imogene Sarkowski when shots rang out. There is at least one casualty, one apparently dead individual, lying on the ground in a pool of blood. Lieutenant Skitters, who was attending the wedding, is now making a statement and live here from the scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, the body of the deceased individual who was killed here moments ago by sniper fire has been positively identified. I have personally examined and identified the body myself. It is in fact the body of Eric Niedermeyer, also known as the Murgatroyd serial killer.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't this mean that Senator Devane was lying when he pinned that medal on Timmy and announced that the Murgatroyd serial killer had burned to death in the fire?
Well, yes, obviously Senator Devane was lying about the Murgatroyd serial killer burning to death in the fire. He was killed here today by sniper fire. But he was right about fire. He was right about fire.
Thank you, Lieutenant Skitters. Thank you very much. That's the scene here at Dead Center Park in Murgatroyd. It was a beautiful wedding day for Les Tomac and Imogene Sarkowski. Has now turned into the death of the Murgatroyd serial killer by sniper fire. This is Robinson Kilroy. We'll be back later with more details. Good evening. This is a special CRZY news report. This special report is regarding the unexpected events at the wedding of Les Tomac and Imogene Sarkowski today in Dead Center Park. Utter chaos erupted when shots were fired. Apparently shots fired from a distance. In the wake of all of this, dead, slain at the scene, Eric Niedermeyer, the Murgatroyd serial killer who had previously been believed to have burned to death in the Murgatroyd fire. It was revealed today that he was killed by a sniper at the scene when Lieutenant Skitters identified the body and made an announcement. And we'll show you a little of that later in this broadcast. First, I want to talk about how much worse the situation could have been. A high-powered rifle was found with the slain serial killer, along with a haunting, taunting audio message, no doubt intended for Imogene Flakowski. Here at CRZY, the serial killer has taunted her all along now for months and months. And there was an absence during which it was believed that he was dead. Senator Devane blatantly lied on television in awarding Timothy Lawrence the medal. Timothy apparently was pressured into lying as well during that same broadcast when they both alleged that the Murgatroyd serial killer has burned to death. Lieutenant Skitters revealed today that is not the case. And here is that haunting, chilling message found, the audio message found with Eric Niedermeyer with his body. Here it is. Seeing as how your wedding's going to be nationally televised, I enjoy being a serial killer so very, very much, but geez, stepping up to the plate to become a political assassin? Yes. I think now the dear Senator Devane will be my first target. Then I'll take care of whatever minister replaces your dear old daddy. And then, of course, it's going to be you, or Les, or you. Let's see, should I just roll some dice or flip a coin to decide which one to shoot first? Then I have to decide whether to start shooting into the wedding crowd. Are those lame Secret Service men? I'll be positioned at such a distance. All of the bodyguards Senator Devane brings to your wedding won't be able to stop me, Imogene. Oh, this will be big news. And I already have my escape planned. I've already got a path marked out from your wedding site to the place in the woods where the energy-filled, time flux energy-filled, so that I can jump right back into time and escape into another time period. Oh, yes. This is going to be a dark, dark day in the rebuilt Murgatroyd.
It is, in fact, the body of Eric Niedermeyer, also known as the Murgatroyd serial killer.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't this mean that Senator Devane was lying when he pinned that medal on Timmy and announced that the Murgatroyd serial killer had burned to death in the fire?
Well, yes, obviously Senator Devane was lying about the Murgatroyd serial killer burning to death in the fire. He was killed here today by a sniper fire. But he was right about fire. He was right about fire.
Thank you, Lieutenant Skitters. Thank you very much. That's the scene here at Dead Center Park in Murgatroyd. That was a beautiful wedding day for Les Tomac and Imogene Flakowski, has now turned into the death of the Murgatroyd serial killer by sniper fire. This is Ronson Kilroy. We'll be back later with more details.
Hello, fools. Yeah, I'm talking to you fools out in the audience and you fools at home watching on TV. Welcome to the exciting new game show, Blessings and Curses, where behind every curtain is either something really, really good or something really, really bad. So step on up here on our stage, randomly chosen member of the studio audience, and choose your curtain. But first, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Dorsey Chadwick from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, Dorsey from Pittsburgh, welcome to Blessings and Curses. There's curtain number 1, there's curtain number 2. Okay, do you have one that's something really, really good? Do you have the other something really, really bad? So pick your curtain.
I want curtain number 2.
Curtain number 2! An all-expense-paid trip to Vegas with your guardian angel. That's right. You'll hit the casinos. You'll hit the strip. You'll catch the shows. You'll eat the wonderful buffets. And you'll stay in the luxurious, super deluxe ultra hotel. You'll fly on Vincini Airlines and travel in style in Vincini limos. That's right. An all-expense-paid trip to Vegas with your guardian angel.
Welcome to Opinion Radio, where you can call in with your opinions.
Welcome to our show today, this week's edition of Opinion Radio, with your host Julie Sidestepper. Call in your opinion about anything, any idea, any subject. This is where you can voice your opinion. And we have a caller on the line now.
Hello there, Julie here. It's Uncle Frank again. I was calling in about that mess at the wedding yesterday. I seen on TV where Emma Jean and Les was going to get married, and you know the way she talks about men in the paper, Murgatroyd Times, how much she hates men. I didn't think she's ever going to get married. I didn't see this one coming at all. I didn't see this Murgatroyd killer getting shot either. And you know, it's come out now what I told you all along. Y'all want to pull it up and play it back. I called in, I told y'all Senator Devane was lying when he paraded Timmy across the stage and pinned metal on him and claimed the Murgatroyd serial killer burned to death. Well, it came out yesterday. He wasn't dead. He didn't burn to death. He got shot yesterday. Lieutenant Skitters identified the body on TV. So that means Senator Devane is the biggest liar there ever was. And I've been telling y'all that all along. I called in. Y'all might want to play that back in one of your best of shows or whatever. Anyway, I looked over at Suki and I said, see, I told you so. Of course, we got picked up and went down there to Drifties and got us a new triple. And she had to get back home in time to see her soap, The Heart's Desire. And of course, it's all over the Murgatroyd Times yesterday about this and all. I don't know where Emma Jean and Les went on their honeymoon. They said something the other day about going to Paris, France and all, but I mean, they're probably so daggum shook up about this serial killer getting shot at their wedding. Now they might just stay here. Hell, who knows? But I guess we'll find out soon enough. Well, Julie, that's all I got to say this time. Ike.
Viewers, this is Imogene Slokowski-Tomac, and we here at CRZY are bringing you damning evidence against Senator Devane that confirm the degree and extent of his lies, threats, intimidation, and utter dishonesty. I am revealing here tonight a recorded message from my very own father who fled Murgatroyd in fear for his life after horrendous experiences he was subjected to by none other than Senator Devane. The tape speaks for itself, as did the body of the Murgatroyd serial killer who was slain by sniper fire from an unknown source at my very own wedding. So listen closely to my father talking to me on this tape, and hear the truth about Senator Devane revealed. This is the voicemail of Imogene Slokowski at CRZY. Please leave a message after the tone.
My dear Imogene, I'm sorry I failed you as a father. I have to come clean. I can't keep lying to you, Imogene. Right. I was lying to you. I was never kidnapped by the Murgatroyd serial killer. Senator Devane was giving me injections, forcing me to say things to get him reelected. Now that he's been reelected, I'd be killed if I come clean with this. And Timothy Lawrenson was never kidnapped by the serial killer either. Senator Devane's been manipulating him as well. And that whole story, Timothy walking across the stage accepting that award, claiming to have seen the serial killer burned to death, that never happened, my dear Imogene. That was another concoction of Senator Devane to lull the public into thinking that the serial killer was dead. So once again, he could be the hero and be reelected. You just know this, Imogene. Now I must leave Murgatroyd. I must go elsewhere. I must try to make a new life for myself. I must go into hiding. Because Senator Devane will one day come after me, and I know that he will. So I'm sorry, Imogene, but this might be the last time you hear from your dear father. Goodbye, Imogene. Goodbye.